Tom Brady being as good as he is at his age and doing it for so many years consistently, it's super motivating for me at least. I think it should be motivating for you guys too because, like all the greats, they all have a few things in common here. So, um, Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant, LeBron James, Tom Brady, you know, any sport, any athlete, high level athlete, it's just fun to watch them because at the end of the day, they always do the basics, right? I think that's what high level people do. They always do the basics. They never do not do the basics, okay? And for them to do that, they got to be very consistent and very dialed into what they're doing every single day. Like they take it seriously, no matter how bad they don't want to do it. What's up, Amanda? How you doing? Give me a thumbs up if you can hear me, Amanda. But no matter what, like those type of high level athletes or just anybody high level in general, it doesn't matter what you're doing. They always do the basics because they know like that's what it takes for them to be at that high level and maintain that high level. Okay. They can't have days where they're just, on one day, off the next day, on one day. Like it has to be very consistent. And that's super boring. And that's one thing I like to live by that I learned from a mentor of mine is like he would always say like, hey, do the boring work because boring work is what gets you to where you want to go, right? And I think that's huge in today's society where we're like always trying to find the next thing, the next shiny object, the next thing that's gonna it's gonna quicken our path to success. What's up, Catherine? Give me a thumbs up if you guys can hear me. I got a couple of you guys on here right now. Give me a thumbs up, like it, love it, so other people see it. But and that's what we're trying to teach you in this program, guys. It's just that you need to do the boring work every single day, even if you don't feel like doing it. Like fit people, they don't rely on motivation. Everybody always, thanks for those hearts, guys. They always, like a lot of people think that like fit people are just people that are like extra motivated all the time. Like they're just like me and you guys. Like anybody that you see that you're like, man, I wish more. They're just like me and you. They don't rely on motivation. They just set themselves up for success every single day. And they do that boring freaking work every single day. Like, in all honesty, like if you talk to any person that works out every day or is consistent at least 5 days a week of working out, there's probably 2 or 3 of those days, like every week, that they don't feel like doing it. But guess what? They just do it because they know like, A, it's going to make me feel better when I get it done. And B, that's who I am as a person. So like once you identify yourself as that person, like you're going to be successful because that's just who you are. Like, and so you got to break that identity shift and really think of yourself as that person, that fit person, that healthy person that just does that every single day. Like it's just who you are. It's like brushing your teeth. I don't think anybody in this group would ever identify themselves as somebody that didn't brush your teeth. Like that's nasty, right? You don't identify as a person that doesn't take a bath or shower a few times a week, right? So you need to identify with yourself that like, hey, I am that fit person. I do make the good food choices. I am dialed in and I plan my day ahead of time, right? Because that's what it takes to be successful, okay? And so one thing I labeled this live as is I called it fitness amnesia, okay? So we always say this in like the entrepreneurial world because as like you grow a business, like you're going to fail like a lot. Like I failed a lot in the last 10 years. I'm still going to fail going forward. But like when you have that amnesia, I think athletes do this too. Like you drop the big, you drop the ball in the end zone to win the game or something like that, right? You can't sit there and dwell on your past and doing something messed up, right? Like just like last night, like there's a few of you guys that messed it up last night. Like I ain't gonna lie. Because I checked the sheets today. Some of you guys didn't have a good Super Bowl Sunday. Like you didn't prep and you went overboard or whatever. That's cool. Now you got to forget about that and you got to look forward, and you got to think about the upcoming week and how you're going to amend that, right? Because you can sit there and dwell on it all you want, but like at the end of the day, if you sit there and do that, then you're not going to be able to move forward, okay? And it doesn't matter how many times you mess it up, like as long as you keep going forward, you're going to be able to be successful. So that's what we call amnesia, whatever it is, fitness amnesia, athlete amnesia, entrepreneurial amnesia. Like, you got to forget about that shit, right? So I wanted to talk about that with you guys, just so you can understand like the way successful people think, the way successful people hold themselves, and the way that successful people do the basics. They always do the basics, right? So the basics for you guys, what is that? That's going to bed on time, right? That's getting up at the same time every day. That's planning your food ahead of time. That's filling out your sheets, okay? That's planning your workouts ahead of time. If you don't go to like a class or something, you got to think about what your workout's going to be. We set all that up for you, so a lot of times you don't have to think about that, but it's good to know what you're going to get into before you do it, right? So those are all the things, those are the basics for you guys, like making those good choices every day and having forethought into your day. Like, that's literally the basics for you guys, and you got to do that every single day to be successful. Proud of you guys. Keep up the good work. Let me know if you need anything. I'm here for you anytime. We'll see you soon.